I hear of all these people like talking shit and like dragging my name. So I'm like, clearly we're not
Wait,
all focused on
really?
ourselves.
Like
Oh
off
yeah.
of like TikTok, like off of
Oh no,
social
like
media,
close
or
friend,
just
like friends. Yeah.
really? Like, have you had like any like friend breakups because of
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Like
you,
recently, like a few like pretty big friend breakups, but
is
like
it, like people being jealous or like
I
people
don't
just like not
I don't know.
supportive?
Like it's like more just like falling outs with other friends and then like other friends dragging me like here like just like my name
Mm,
constantly being like talked about,
mm-hmm.
which it like really upset me, and like I didn't even talk about it on my own socials because I'm like I almost don't want to give them the time of day,
Mm,
but it's just like it was like a falling out, and it's like I haven't thought about you or talked about you to anyone, and like I consistently hear
yeah.
my name being brought up like from people that like I haven't seen in 3 years, and they're like, oh, like this happened, and I'm like, how do you know about that?
Right.
And it's
It's
like
like, get off my dick. Why are you so
and I'm
obsessed?
like, I'm focused on so many other things. So it was just like more hurtful that I'm like, we
Yeah.
had a very long friendship for you to be going on
Mm,
and like doing those things kind of sucks. And then just like other people, like, like I don't know, like to your face, super like they're interested. So this girl asked me for a coffee chat, and then I hear that she's like dragging my name behind my back, and I'm like, she's like her TikToks are whack, whatever. And I'm just like,
uh,
that's like what a bold move.
yeah, yeah. To then
So,
also try to be like, hey, can we like connect?
yeah, so I think
Chat,
that's
yeah.
been something that like that was such a tangent, but, like, that I've
Yeah.
been like, that's hard because, like, no matter what, like, when you're I realized, like, when you're actually happy and doing well, like, that's when people will start dragging you, and, like, it's
Yeah.
almost like, your happiness brings out their, like, sadness and
Yes.
insecurity,
Yes, I think that's so
and
right. Because people see that and they're just like, "Oh, well, I want that." Or she went like,
mhm.
I don't know, like I had a group of friends for a while that was like kind of like talking about like me like being like really busy and like having like a wide network of like friends and
Yeah.
connections and stuff. And I think we ended up having like a talk about it and stuff and it was all like fine, but like like on one hand I was like, "Okay, I get like your concern." But what I found it was like uh it was disguised as like concern for like my mental
Mhm.
well-being, but like also trying to like rip me down of like doing
Yeah.
things. I'm like, no, like I'm actually good. Like I appreciate it, but like I'm actually good. Like
Yeah.
this is how I like to function. I understand you don't want to function like that.
That's
I understand a
okay.
lot of people don't want to function, but
Mhm.
that's okay. You know what I mean? Like I think like sometimes too, it's like sometimes we want to like give advice to our friends, like what we would want to hear for ourselves. But it's like,
Mhm.
no, you're not them. Like you're not like
Exactly.
that's not their life. Like everyone can make their own decisions.
Yeah.
We're all big girls.
And I
Like,
think a lot
yeah.
of it comes down to projection, and it was exactly what you were just saying, and I think that's a big thing that I've learned this year where, like, to take things less personally.
Yeah.
It's, like, because and it made me look at myself differently of, like, okay, what really upsets me? Like, what do I do to other people? Like, it's really was great for internal work, but also realizing, like, okay, why are you going out of your way? Like, no one's asking you about me, so you're going
Yeah.
out of your way to drag me? What does that say about you? Like, you have
They're a
nothing better to talk
fan.
about? That,
They're a
like, you
fan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, even if you're like you hate what I'm doing, like you're still talking about me, you're still taking your time and energy.
And also to be clear, quote unquote, what Sarah's doing is like making people laugh and connecting with people. You know what I mean? Like
Well, that's what
it's
sucks is like I feel like my content
yeah.
like is like literally also to empower women in like the workplace and like whatever. I do like joke stuff and like
Yeah.
I'm not very serious, but like at the same time it's like to like people who are single or going through breakups or like in the career and
Yeah.
workspace, and like that is my kind of goal. And as someone who was like a spiral wreck of a woman, and like I've grown a
It's well
lot.
documented, guys. Check her TikTok. It's
Yeah,
great. You'll love
yeah, yeah.
it.
I had TikTok at that time too, so like if you scroll deep enough. Um, but yeah, so I think that's what like my mom was like coaching me through it because like I obviously called her in like a panic freak attack. But
Yeah.
I think that's also just life is like not letting those kinds of people even get to you because I'm like that's another thing. I was like I don't even want to hear this because what is it doing for me? Hearing this
Yeah.
and knowing that you're talking about me like
It's like not
changes nothing.
helpful. It's
Yeah.
not helpful.
Yeah.
No. Like if somebody I totally respect if somebody, a friend, like it comes to you and it says like, "Hey, like I have a problem with like the way you talk about this or like handle so
Mhm.
sure, totally well. Like
Yeah.
give me the comment box is open. Let's
Oh
chat
yeah.
about it, you know? Or if it's like I've done something to like piss you off, not know whatever, let's talk about it.
Mhm.
But when it's just like kind of like blatant like, "Oh, you've already decided what you believe about
Mhm.
me in that situation."
Well,
And like, what do you want me to do?
and that was
Like,
exactly like I think that's such a great point too, is like when it you've lost the plot. You're not even
yeah,
focused on anything of substance anymore. Like for instance, like like one of these situations happened months ago. Like we never met up to talk about it. It was just like basically like breakup. And then it's like you're still talking about it, but like I had reached out to you, like there had been a discussion
yeah.
and you like we couldn't come to terms with it, but like you're still talking about it, you're still bringing it up. It happened months ago. Like, and I'm like, now you're losing the plot. Like, it's like
Yeah.
you clear, like, whatever, if they resented me before, whatever it was, but it's
It's
just a
also just
lot.
like not fun to hang out with when
Mhm.
you walk into a room and you can tell. Like I know everyone thinks they're being so sly, but you can tell when you walk back into a room and everyone's like like they
Oh,
were just
yeah.
talking like
Oh, and that's no, well,
what?
that's
Like
what happens.
that's actually the ickiest feeling to
Mhm.
feel, and like everybody has felt that feeling. I believe like at
Yeah.
some point in their life, and the fact that like so like you're now making other people feel that way, like that
Yeah.
sucks. That sucks. Like
Mhm.
ugh,
Yeah,
hate
that
it.
was my friends and I, we were saying, like, I never wanna be, like, questioned if my friends are talking badly about me,
Yeah.
and then a big thing for me was, like, first of all, how other people talk about other people is exactly how they're gonna be talking about you,
Yes.
which is, like, red flag that I wish I would've, like, almost learned
Yeah,
sooner,
yeah.
and
Well, and
then
it's also like even when I'm in like those situations like with friends
Mhm.
and stuff, like I've also had to check my behavior too. Because there's
Oh,
like certain groups where
yeah.
it's like, oh, you just get kind of like
You
popping
get
off and
oh, yeah.
you're doing it because you want to connect with other
Mhm.
people and you're not even thinking about like the impacts that that's having on like either the relationship or like the person you're talking about. And
Yeah.
then yeah, of course, if that's what the conversation is when you're not in
Mhm.
the room, like imagine what's like it's gonna
But
be
oh,
happening the same
yeah,
thing for
and that's
you.
I'm a shit talker, like, I'm, like, not like, literally not perfect by any means, and, like, I think everyone has their faults and whatnot, but, like, a big like, I that's a was for me in 2025, I was like, I wanna watch how I'm talking about other people, like, and, like,
Mm,
not even talk about other people unless it's, like, a close friend where I'm like, "You what you did hurt me," and it's something valid of substance where I can actually attach it to maybe an action,
yeah.
but, like, other than that, I'm like, I don't even wanna be focused or worried on what other people are saying about me or what other people are
Yeah,
doing, like,
yeah.
quite frankly, what's it to me?
I wish it was more socially acceptable for women to say things like "get off my dick." Like I
Mhm.
just love because
Yeah.
like I just love that. It's just
Yeah.
so beautiful. It's so eloquent. Let's get some T-shirts.
Yeah,
Let's say that.
yeah,
Some
literally, on the
overstimulated
front
merch.
and
Get off
back,
my dick,
yeah.
and then it's like "get off my ass" on the back. I don't
Yeah,
know.
literally.
Like
Yeah, get
get off
off
my
my titty
titties,
yeah, on
maybe.
the
I don't know.
chest,
Yeah, get
yeah.
off my titties. Why are you so obsessed
Oh my
with?
gosh.